afternoon, and welcome to the Porter versus Ugas Media Conference Call. Your host today is Ray Flores. Mr. Flores, you may begin.
Thank you very much, operator. Greatly appreciate the media for calling in for today's conference call as we get set for next Saturday, March 9th at Dignity Health Sports Park here in Southern California in Carson as we prepare for PBC on Fox featuring the WBC welterweight champion of the world, Showtime Shawn Porter, making his first defense against the challenger, Yordenis Ugas, originally from Cuba. It is going to be a tremendous night of boxing as we go live at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific time, local time for the fans in Southern California. All brought to you by TGB Promotions. Tickets are selling fast, and they are going rapidly. They start as low as $50. If you don't have your tickets, you can purchase them on AXS.com. Without further ado, it gives me a great honor and pleasure to introduce a man who has been promoting for a very long time and been a part of some of the biggest events in the history of boxing. He knows the sport. He loves the sport. He has a passion for the sport. And no doubt next Saturday, March 9th with PBC on Fox, it will be a historic night here in Southern California. Please welcome the president of TGB Promotions, my dear friend, Mr. Tom Brown.
Well, thank you, Ray. Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. The Dignity Health Sports Park is the premier outdoor boxing venue in the United States. It's been home to some classics in Southern California, replacing the old Olympic Auditorium. I've said this before, but it's worth mentioning. 3 out of the last 6 Ring Magazine and Boxing Writers Association fights of the year have all been at the Dignity Health Sports Park. And they weren't all fights of the year going into the show. Something happens in that arena when fighters walk down that tunnel. It's like gladiators walking into the Coliseum. We have an outstanding card from top to bottom, and I'll turn things back over to Ray to get things going with the fighters. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tom. And before we meet the main event fighters, want to let you know what's a part of our televised broadcast with PBC on Fox, brought to you by TGB Promotions. Again, we go live 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. We have Francisco Santana going head-to-head against Abel Ramos, a matchup in the welterweight division. Also, Efe Ajagba, who's undefeated, a heavyweight out of Nigeria, goes head-to-head against Amir Mansour. So it is a triple header loaded with PBC on Fox. Now let's meet the challenger in our main event of the evening. This guy has certainly gone ahead and has been on a roll, coming off a win over Cesar Barrio Nuevo on September 8th at Barclays Center. 23 victories, just 3 defeats, a 42% knockout percentage to his credit. Please welcome Yordenis Ugas.
Ugas, saluda a la gente de la prensa y digo un par de palabras.
Bueno, saludo a todos. Gracias por entrevistarme eso y contento de estar peleando en Fox.
Just says hi to everyone here on the call. He wants to thank the promoter Tom Brown, and say he's just very, very excited to be on Fox.
Thank you very much, Yordenis. And now we'll meet the champion who is making the first defense of his world championship. You want to talk about exciting fighters in boxing? I look at this man. The welterweight division has always been one of the most loaded divisions and one of the most exciting divisions in all of boxing. And this man brings excitement every single time out. Aside from that, he loves the sport. He goes to entertain. 29 wins, 17 of those by knockout, just 2 defeats and 1 bout, even having captured the WBC welterweight crown by defeating Danny Garcia in a tremendous fight on September 8th. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the champion, Showtime Shawn Porter.
Well, Ray, thanks for such a humbling introduction. What's up, everybody? We're almost there, and I'm sure Yordenis is feeling good and is excited. I am as well. And let's get this over with. Let's do it.
And now we will go ahead and open it up. If we can have the operator open it up for questions from the media, and you guys can go ahead and ask both Ugas and Porter questions.
If you would like to ask a question at this time, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. If you would like to ask a question at this time, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Our first question is coming from Carlos with Fight Sports. Please go ahead.
Hi, everybody. First of all, thanks so much to the two of you for making on to this call. My first question for Yordenis Ugas. Yordenis, you're entering this fight with a very, very long win streak, but before that, you lost 2 straight. You were out of the sport for more than 24 months. You know, kind of looking back on that time away from the sport, did you think that at any point throughout that break that you would get to this point and challenge for a world title on such a big stage?
Bueno, la primera pregunta es, obvio que ahora todo el mundo sabe el regreso, pero antes de este regreso tuyo, cuando todo está pasando lo que está pasando, tú tuviste estar en esta posición, ¿tú lo viste en tu cabeza o nunca viste estar en tan buena posición?
No, yo sabía de que haciendo la cosa bien, un entrenador nuevo, un equipo nuevo, yo no había cogido golpes ni nada, había tenido peleas cerradas, mucha gente me habían visto ganar, pero no había tenido la suerte suficiente ni las cosas adecuadas, y yo sabía que podía hacer todas estas cosas que estoy haciendo.
He says, well, absolutely. He always knew in his heart that he could fight at this level and be at the higher level. He just, needed a little break away from boxing. He needed a change of scenery, a change of coaches, and really stay focused, and those other losses, they were majorities and splits. So, he did feel he won some of those fights, but he still needed to change, and now he's got the change, and he feels really good.
Second question for you, Dennis. Obviously, Shawn is a very, very skillful fighter, arguably the best in the division. And you're coming into this fight on a long win streak. Your last fight was a very dominant performance against Cesar Barrio Nuevo. What about your skills that makes you think that you can defeat Shawn Porter on March 9?
Dice que obvio ahora viene de ganar unas cuantas. Shawn Porter es uno de los mejores peleadores en el peso. ¿Por qué tú crees que le puede ganar a Shawn Porter marzo 9?
No, porque yo soy un peleador competidor, un peleador que se entrega en cada pelea. Me he preparado bien para esta pelea y pienso que la noche para demostrar que al lugar que yo pertenezco en este deporte.
Because I'm a competitor at the highest level, whether it's the amateurs or the pros now, and I just know it. I know I'm prepared mentally. I know I'm prepared physically. But on March 9th, I'm going to have the chance to show the world why, I'm one of the best welterweights in the whole world, and Shawn Porter will see that on March 9th himself as well.
Our next question will be coming from Jod Cudney with Reddit Boxing. Please go ahead.
Okay. Hi. This is a question for Yordenis. Do you consider this the biggest fight of your career? How do you compare this title opportunity to your experience at the Olympics?
Si tú crees, Ugas, si esta es la pelea más grande de tu carrera, uno, y cómo tú comparas esto con la Olimpiada.
No, esto es por sí, esta es la pelea más grande de mi carrera, mi primera oportunidad de World Championship, de campeonato mundial, y esto es lo que yo he estado luchando por esto por 9 años de que llegué de Cuba, por este tipo de oportunidad, y la Olimpiada fue amateur, yo sabía que venía algo después, pero aquí es muy bueno saber que estoy en el máximo nivel.
He says, obviously 100% this is the biggest fight of his career. This is his first chance at a world title fight. This is what he, since the age of 9 years old, he's been boxing, and this is what he's always dreamt of. So obviously this is the biggest fight of his career, and he's prepared. And the Olympics are a huge thing too, but that's the amateurs, that's in the past. Right now is winning this world title is the main focus, and nothing's bigger than that, not the Olympics or nothing else right now.
Okay, thanks a lot. Are we doing questions for Shawn now, or should I wait?
Yes, you can ask now.
Okay, so Shawn, how would you rate the risk of facing Ugas when a loss could derail potentially massive fights against Pacquiao, Spencer, or Thurman rematch? A lot of people were surprised when you signed to face a guy who seems on paper like a high risk, low reward.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore that that uh that perception of this fight, even that perception of Yordenis Ugas. Every fight's a dangerous fight. Every fight is a must-win fight, and for anyone that doesn't realize that, it starts when you turn professional. You do the best you can to put yourself in line to win every fight, to climb the ladder and get to the point where I'm at right now. I didn't do all that and look at all those fights like they were must win fights, and then get here now and look at this fight like it's any different. This fight is just like my very first fight. It's just like my second, my third, and my last fight. This is a must win fight, and it's definitely a dangerous fight. But they're all going to be dangerous when you get in the ring with the high level caliber fighters that I fight. That Yordenis is going to.
I think I lost Shawn here.
What, ahí?
Yeah, we'll get Shawn back in.
Okay. Well, I'm good on Yordenis. I had another question for Shawn. But,
Okay. We'll get him back in just a sec.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Our next question will be coming from Karen Tate. Please go ahead.
Hi, this question is for Shawn. Is he back on the line?
Okay, Shawn is back. Shawn is back on the line.
Hey, Shawn, this is Karen A. Tate. How are you? It's good to talk with you again.
Oh, thank you.
I had a question about in the lead up to your fight against Danny Garcia, some people expected you to fight on the inside only, but you had shown high-level pure boxing ability before, such as against Devin Alexander. How satisfying was it for you to surprise the naysayers with that performance?
I can't. I'm not going to downplay it like it wasn't satisfying. I think first and foremost, it was satisfying to be able to perform like that against Danny Garcia and win a unanimous decision like that. But at the same time, to be able to prove to other people out there who thinks I have just one level to my game, it's just was just another opportunity to show everyone out there that I have more. And if you thought that was it, wait till you see me against Yordenis Ugas.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Shawn. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Our next question will be coming from John Cudney with Reddit Boxing. Please go ahead.
Oh, hey, Shawn. Yeah, we got disconnected before, so
my apologies.
Yeah, certainly no worries. Just wondering first if you wanted to finish what you were saying about the people who view the fight as that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and finish that. I'm simply saying, man, that every fight is a dangerous fight. Every fight is a must-win fight. As far as this being low risk, high reward, I'm gonna get paid what I feel I deserve to get paid. Outside of that, this is another fight that I have to win and do what I have to do. So after the fight, I expect my hand to be raised and move on from there.
Okay, thanks a lot. So next question. So this fight is going to be at the venue that used to be known as the StubHub Center. And the last time you fought there, you actually lost your IBF title in a close decision to Kell Brook. So just wondering if the venue holds a personal significance for you, if you're looking for some type of vindication in that way, or if, it's just another venue to you.
You know what? I love the venue. Actually, I've maybe been there just maybe once or twice since my fight. I think maybe twice since my fight. And certainly, understanding, when I went there to fight Kell Brook, I was very, very excited to have that fight there, and it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, So this is definitely another opportunity for me to not only shine, but have all the feelings that I expected and wanted to have the first time around. So, it's definitely in my mind and definitely something I'm looking forward to.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Shawn. Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next question will be coming from Jake Donovan with BoxingScene.com. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. My question is for Yordenis. I asked on this yesterday just about him appreciating your run to get into the title. So I wanted to ask you just if you have a similar appreciation for, Shawn taking this tough road to actually win his title and then give you the title shot. in his first defense?
Ugas dice que obvio que va a tener una carrera bien difícil a llegar a este título. Shawn también pasó por un camino casi igual. ¿Cómo te sientes para pelear para el título mundial?
No, me siento bien. Me siento como un hombre que va a su primera oportunidad con todo. Y esperando una pelea emocionante. Y esperando hacerme campeón el 9 de marzo.
He says, man, I'm just excited. You know, he respects Shawn Porter. He knows he's had a rough road, you know, just like he's had a rough comeback, you know, fighting always on the other side of the ring against the A side. But like he says, he's just excited. He's motivated. And it's his first chance to become world champion. So, you know, he's willing to leave it all in the ring. And come March 9th, that's what he's going to do.
Great. Thanks. And then I wanted to ask you, since he even mentioned it too, I mean, his comeback has just been so improbable. I mean, taking the Jamal James fight on short notice and winning that and just basically running the tables against anyone PBC wanted to throw against him. Does he feel like, as great as it's been, like nobody's really seen the best of him yet?
Él dice que obvio que todas las peleas que ha cogido, nadie esperaba que tú ibas a ganar, ha ganado cada pelea. ¿Tú crees que todavía la gente no ha visto lo mejor de Ugas?
No, yo pienso todavía, pienso que sigo creciendo cada día, pienso que por el tipo de entrenamiento y por el tipo de campamento que tuve ahora, pienso que no han visto el mejor Yordenis Ugas todavía y pienso seguir buscando mi tope. Es una gran oportunidad contra un gran campeón para seguir buscando el tope mío.
He says, I really don't feel you've seen the best of Yordenis Ugas. I feel like every day I'm growing as a fighter and as a person. I'm learning more things. I'm getting stronger. I feel like every day I'm improving. And like I said, I just want to reach my heights. And it starts on March 9th against a great champion like Shawn Porter. And on March 9th, I'm looking to climb that mountaintop and then keep it going from there.
All right. Thank you very much, and best of luck to both of you next week.
Thank you.
Our next question will be coming from Dan Raphael with ESPN. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. My first question is for Yordenis. I got on a few minutes late, so I'm not sure if this was asked. Forgive me if it has been. But, Louis, could you ask him to explain, if he could, what's been the biggest difference for him since he lost 2 fights in a row, and a lot of people thought, well, you know what, maybe even after a great amateur career, he's not going to be that top professional. He gets 2 losses in a row, and then he goes on, and like Jake just mentioned, he beat Jamal James, a good undefeated guy at the time, and still a top contender, and has won 8 fights in a row and beaten some good opponents on the way to that winning streak. What has changed from 2 losses in a row in 2014 to where he stands now as a legitimate top welterweight contender?
La pregunta de Dan Raphael de ESPN es que obvio después las 2 derrotas que tenía una tras la otra, ya la gente está esperando, mira, Ugas parece que no va a llegar donde debía llegar, saliendo de la Olimpiada, todo el mundo esperaba que iba a ser un gran campeón, un gran peleador. Para ti, ¿qué ha cambiado para llegar a este punto?
Bueno, sí, que cambié el enfoque de mi vida, cambié el equipo. He tenido un buen equipo en mi gimnasio y fuera del gimnasio llevando mi carrera, como a ti. También mi sistema de entrenamiento. Y este ha sido el peleador que he sido toda mi vida. No un peleador nuevo, ¿no? Este es el peleador que he sido toda mi vida, un competidor y un peleador que competitivo en todas las peleas.
He just says, you know, he just felt like he just needed a change of team, you know, just a change of lifestyle, a different view, moving to Las Vegas and working with Salas and you know, started working back with me and kind of just went back to being the old Ugas that he always was just boxing only and let everything else play its role. So, I mean, he thinks a lot has to do just with you know, changing the scenery and Salas obviously being a big input for him in his boxing career. So it just, you know, when you think positive, you do positive things, you know, the positive outcomes occur, and that's what he's been doing lately.
Louis, did he moved out of Las Vegas and went back to where? To Miami?
No, he moved from Miami to Las Vegas, basically, before he started this run. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. And the other thing is, as far as since the run he's gone on, 2 other things was part of it the weight, because those losses were at 140, and after that he went up to welterweight. So I didn't know how much he felt like the weight played a role in you know, the change of the way he's been boxing, and also when he had the 2 losses in a row, did he suffer like severe confidence loss, like, you know, maybe I'm not going to make it to the top of the sport, or did it just give him more motivation to keep going, try again to make sure he got there?
Sí, dice dos preguntas hablando sobre pasado. Para él piensa que el peso fue la diferencia para ti. ¿Qué tú crees sobre eso? Las 7 libras te ha ayudado a estar más fuerte. Y después de las 2 derrotas, ¿cómo tu mente estaba diciendo que tengo más motivación para regresar más fuerte o posiblemente no voy a llegar donde voy a llegar?
No, sí, el peso es algo fundamental también. El cambio de peso fue la decisión. Como he dicho, en welter nunca he perdido. Cambiar de división fue algo muy, muy positivo. Pero yo siempre supe que yo iba a tener la oportunidad, porque después de las 2 derrotas yo siempre pensé que iba a tener la oportunidad. Siempre pensé que yo podía regresar con un buen equipo, tomando las decisiones correctas y un buen equipo guiándome, que yo podía alcanzar grandes cosas. Y la vida me ha dado la razón. Estoy haciendo lo que le dije a toda mi familia, a mis amigos, a que le dije a todo el mundo que todo lo que yo podía hacer.
He said, I mean, obviously in boxing, weight is fundamental. And when you struggle big time to make a weight, sometimes you want to be the bigger, stronger guy height-wise, but you don't think about how it could affect your body during the fights. And obviously, the 140 pounds really affected my body because I'm pretty big for 47, let alone 40. You know, but that's in the past now. It's obviously since I stepped to 47, I'm undefeated. I feel good. I feel strong. And mentally, after those 2 losses, I just took a step back, you know, and just in my mind, I just kept telling myself, don't worry, your chance is going to come. Your chance is going to come. And it's here now, you know, with a good change of team and then change of atmosphere. You know, now I'm exactly where I need to be. I feel ready to go, and I'm excited for this opportunity.
All right, also, thank you very much for that, Louis, and I appreciate that. Dennis had a question for Shawn. Hey, Shawn.
What's going on, Dan? How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. When you hear Yordenis talk about that, you know, having suffered the losses and not giving up and won 8 fights in a row to get this shot, you know, can you, who has had it maybe, I won't say you had it easy, don't take me the wrong way, but you've had a little bit of a more smoother path to when you've gotten your opportunity to fight for the title. Can you appreciate what this guy has gone through to get to this point?
Oh, definitely. I honestly, man, you know, Yordenis and we aren't enemies by any means. We don't dislike each other. He's after something that I have, and I'm trying to keep something away from him. At the end of the day, our backgrounds are quite similar. Our struggles in life are a little similar. Our adversities have brought us to the points that we're at right now. You know, so I 100% understand Yordenis. I understand where he's from, and at the same time, man, this is a sport. What we do is we fight to win, and I understand that he's gonna come in here and do that, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Honestly, I really am.
Now, it's one thing when you get a win against a guy like Garcia. You know, you get a lot of credit for that because he was considered, you know, a top name and a star-level fighter. Same thing when you have, you know, victories against, say, like a Broner or whatever. Ugas is one of these guys that if you follow boxing, you know he's really good, but the more casual fan maybe not know him, and that you're in a situation where, like, if you win, a lot of people aren't going to give you a whole lot of credit maybe, and if you lose, it's like, oh, my God, he lost to a guy I never heard of. How do you square that in your mind?
You square by not losing. You square by doing what I do, which is going out there, being energetic, throwing a lot of punches, throwing the right punches, making the right moves, being responsible defense, and just being me. That's how you handle that. Once the fight's over and it ends, my hands raised. Anyone who's gonna complain or not respect what I did that night, that's their problem. That's not my problem at all, man. We put our lives on the line, and anyone that's not willing to respect that just based on who we're in the ring with, then you know, they don't have a good understanding of boxing. You know, so that's not my job. My job isn't to convince people that I'm getting in the ring with a tough fighter. My job is not to convince people that this guy can take everything I have. It's my job to get in there and make sure that he doesn't do that, and hopefully dazzle the crowd along the way. All the rest of it, man, is just something I don't focus on and don't care about.
Now, I know you have a tough fight with Ugas coming up. in the not-too-distant future. But I know you've been vocal about wanting a rematch with Thurman. There's a lot of other guys in your weight class who are top names also. Pacquiao is there now with a belt. Have you allowed yourself to think about a possible next step for some big fight, or is it just been Ugas in your mind, and then you not?
Well, obviously it's been Ugas for a number of weeks now, but before I knew I would be fighting him, the list was very short. It was Keith Thurman, it was Errol Spence, it was Manny Pacquiao, and I heard he was planning to come along with PBC, which is pretty awesome, and it's still that way. We're not going to look past Yordenis Ugas. We're going to respect everything the man can bring in the ring. We're going to send it right back at him, look to win this fight, and then after that, look to see who else is out there and willing to get in the ring with me.
All right, very good. Thank you very much, Shawn. I appreciate it. Good luck to both of you guys next week.
You got it. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Again, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Our next question will be coming from Carlos Toro with Fight Sports. Please go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, apologies if I cut up at the end of that, my first time here. Quick question for Shawn. Obviously, this is not your first time defending a world title, coming into a fight as the world champion. When you're approaching this fight, is there a different mindset that you have to go through now that you're the one with the target on your back versus, say, you gunning for a title like you did against Danny Garcia for the vacant WBC title in your last time out?
No, there's no different mindset. I think maybe if anything, there's just excitement, and it's like you said, I've been here before, so I'm excited to be able to make another title defense. I think that is that's something that's special, something that you have to do once you win a title. So I think maybe if anything, I'm just looking forward to being able to put that label on what we're doing March 9th, which is making a title defense, and definitely looking forward to making a successful one.
Does that excitement, does part of it come from the fact that you're fighting the main event of a boxing card on Fox, where the audience is going to be potentially much, much larger than your previous fights?
You know what, man? It all adds to it. It all adds to it. It all becomes one big ball of excitement that you have to kind of hone in on and turn that energy into the right energy that you need for the fight. So and that's the best part about it for me, man. I enjoy opportunities to perform in front of big crowds, and I enjoy opportunities to do what so many people hope to do. I hope to fight March 9th in front of thousands and thousands of people, and even more than you would normally expect from a network standpoint. I'm looking forward to being successful and moving on from there. But yeah, it definitely, all of it just kind of combines into this one big ball of great energy that I look forward to.
Thanks, Shawn. Best of luck to you and Yordenis Ugas on March 9th.
You got it. Thank you.
Our next question will be coming from Reggie Woodson with Round by Round Boxing. Please go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My first question is for Shawn Porter.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a fun question, man. If your Cavaliers end up in these top 3 slots in the draft for the NBA, who would you want them to take?
Hey, my barber said we're marching towards Zion, so that's okay. The guy we're looking at. Yeah, that's the guy Cleveland is looking at. Yeah.
Okay. All right. As Karen mentioned earlier, we saw some different things from you last time out against Garcia, and we also saw Barry Hunter involved in the camp and in the corner. So I'm just wondering, what kind of fed into moving camp from the Porter High Performance Center and spending some time out in D.C. for this fight.
A lot like Yordenis. Yordenis felt like he had to get out and change his program. And not that our program was flawed, but we just felt like we needed a little bit more than we have been getting here in Vegas. And my dad said, "Hey, Barry, what can we do? We want you to come out." And Barry said, "Man, I got everything in house. All the sparring you need, all the training you need, all the recovery you need. It's all right here. Come get it." and that's exactly what we did, man. We put in a great couple of weeks out there in D.C., and now we're back in Vegas finishing it off in the good weather. And God blessed while we were out there, it snowed here. And now that I'm back, the weather is great, and definitely looking forward to tapering off as the end of this week comes. And Barry will be out here with us in LA soon enough, and we'll get ready to rock and roll. This is what we do, and we do it as a team. Anybody out there that doesn't know, man, I played football, and one of my favorite parts of football was the team and the camaraderie. So I make sure that my team is set and we're locked and loaded and ready for any and every one that they put in front of us. And collectively, myself, my dad, Barry Hunter, Hal Chernoff, our cut man, and then even Boogie, who is Barry Hunter's assistant. We're all ready, man, and we're counting down, and we're looking forward to it.
All right. Does this fight have you, I don't know what the right word is, but maybe something renewed or something buzzing in you? Like was mentioned earlier, you've been facing the top guys in the division. And no disrespect to Danny Garcia, but I felt like we kind of knew how he was going to show up on fight night, and there wasn't, and with not much ever changing in his camp, I kind of expected him to move at the same speed and kind of do what he does. It seems like you were able to take advantage of that. But in this situation with the younger guy, a hungrier guy like you guys, could this bring out present like a new challenge to you?
Every fight's a challenge. Every fighter is going to fight differently. I think you hit the nail on the coffin when you said that we knew how Danny was going to come, and we prepared for that, and he came exactly how we thought he would and wanted him to, and it played into our hand. Same goes for Yordenis. We trained for Yordenis. We're expecting him to come a certain way at us, and we're prepared to fight the right fight to be successful. So I think that we are very prepared, and we're very ready for Yordenis. As far as this being a different type of challenge, I think like I said before, every fight's a challenge, but he fights a different type of fighting style than most guys that I fight. So I think second to him would be Adrian Granados in terms of being aggressive. So we have a pretty good idea of how we expect him to come, and if he doesn't come that way, we'll be ready for some adjustments. We got great sparring, and we got a lot of different looks.
Thanks. Good luck with the fight, and then also with Zaya. And I had one question for you guys, and that was just in watching social media a little bit and seeing and then seeing you guys out at some fights. He seems like one of the professional fighters that is at everybody else's fight. I just wonder, is there some value that you guys is seeing in this besides just being a fan? Is he maybe studying how guys move in between fights or camps, or just picking up on, world-class boxing if he's at a championship fight? Is it something that he's taken away from taking all of these fights in person?
Dice que te ven en muchas las peleas grandes, en persona parece que le gusta mucho las peleas grandes. Y
¿Cómo es Luis?
Dice que te ha visto en muchas de las peleas, que tú vas mucho a las peleas como fanático a estar ahí ringside. Si te gusta estar en las peleas, te gusta ir a las peleas por eso, o te gusta ir a ver cómo trabajan las cosas, por ejemplo, cómo trabaja un peleado, cómo trabaja en la esquina o las cosas así.
No, me gusta así, me gusta ir a las peleas, ese es el mundo mío, ahí donde yo estoy contento, ir a cada pelea para mí es importante, ver las peleas en vivo, ver la sensación del público, uno aprende siempre, y por eso voy a casi todas las peleas disponibles que puedo ir, voy.
He says he loves being at the fights just because this is his world. He loves boxing, his life, it's everything for him, it's always been. So he just loves being at the fights personally, just to watch the fights and attend them, and just being, part of the, like he says, just part of this world. I mean, he's got picture perfect memory of fights 10 years ago that he'll talk to me about. Like, that's all he does all day, study fights on YouTube and basically, if not going to fights, he's studying fights all day. That's all he does.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot. Best of luck to him, and thank you for your time.
You got it. Thank you.
You.
All right. Well, we want to thank both Shawn Porter and Yordenis Ugas for their time as they continue final preparations for March 9th with PBC on Fox. Before we say bye-bye to them, we want to go ahead and open up the floor to Yordenis Ugas first for closing comments. Yordenis?
Ugas, ¿quiere decir un par de palabras ahí para cerrar la llamada?
No, que el 9 de marzo van a haber una gran pelea. En marzo, dos guerreros dando un campeón y uno que quiere ser campeón. Y que estoy agradecido de la oportunidad de pelear en Fox y de estar en este nivel, en esta pelea.
Yeah, he just wants to thank obviously everyone involved here, TGB, Fox, and just everyone who's helped put this fight together. He says on March 9th you're going to get a great fight, an exciting fight, a war, a great world champion, and someone looking to be a great world champion. So I got a lot of destiny that I got to fulfill, and March 9th is my opportunity to do that. So make sure everyone tune into Fox. You're not going to want to miss this fight. This is going to be a throwback, old school type war. Thank you, guys.
I want to thank Yordenis Ugas along with Louis DeCubas Jr. for the outstanding translation. Now we'll turn the floor over for final comments to the champion, Shawn Porter. Shawn?
You know what? I'm just going to mimic what Ugas said. I think that this is a fight that, people are expecting to be exciting. It's definitely going to be all that and more. And I appreciate Yordenis for stepping up, being the next guy in line. And I understand what that is. I understand what that feels like. And I'm looking forward to the challenge. And I'm looking forward to defending this belt with honor and keeping it around my neck and around my waist. So we'll see you guys soon. And God bless you guys out there.
Thank you very much to the champion, Shawn Porter, and the challenger, Yordenis Ugas. Don't forget, PBC on Fox next Saturday, March 9th, Dignity Health Sports Park here in Southern California. We go live with the triple header, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's local here in Southern California. Tickets start as low as $50. They can be purchased at AXS.com. All brought to you by TGB Promotions. We look forward to Fight Week next week here in Southern California. Thank you again to Shawn Porter, Yordenis Ugas, and we will see you all next week as we prepare for PBC on Fox Saturday, March 9th, featuring the champion, Shawn Porter, putting his title on the line against Yordenis Ugas. Thank you all to the media. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. You may all disconnect and have a good afternoon.